And of course, I've especially enjoyed trying to get some pretty cute sounds out of this little one that we're actually fostering right now. Yep, plenty cute. What is going on, you beautiful humans? Welcome back to the channel, and I am still social distancing and isolating myself out here in my backyard, my portable filmmaking studio here, because the family's all home, as I'm sure your family might be right now, and they have taken up the entirety of the home. So thankfully, the weather is nice, and I can be with you today talking about ASMR equipment for your ASMR channel here. Now, let me preface a couple of things here, and first and foremost, I do not do ASMR videos exclusively. I have incorporated ASMR into my videos, but primarily I am a filmmaker, do photography, and also a lot of audio work and podcasting. So I just want to get that out of the way because you may not have seen me around in the ASMR space. But I have had people from the ASMR community reaching out to me because they have landed on some of my videos and asked me about equipment that I would recommend to them for their specific channel. So I wanted to answer that for that community, or really the community that's stumbled upon here. And also too, everything that I recommend that's going to be linked down below, you can use this multiple ways. I pride myself on people's budgets and focusing on your budget, and also taking into account that you may want to use this equipment for other things. And so that is why I recommend and do a lot of research with the equipment that I use and recommend, knowing full well that you don't have to just stay in one lane with any of this equipment. Now, as we get into the ASMR video component, many of you might ask yourselves, well, I haven't started a channel yet because I don't have a really good camera. And let me just tell you folks, you do not need an expensive camera. You don't need a DSLR, you don't need a mirrorless camera. You can actually start with your smartphone. Now, I have used a smartphone exclusively for some of the ASMR work that I have done for overhead shots or for talking head shots. And so I can tell you that even as a filmmaker, I have used a smartphone to get some of that footage, because you can get some really decent footage, and these are great. They're portable. You can mount them pretty much anywhere. And for talking head, or even for overhead shots, this can be a fantastic way to go. But you may be asking yourselves, yeah, but the built-in microphone isn't the greatest, and for an ASMR channel, I need to actually up that audio. Well, you're right. And so what I actually recommend is, when you need the upgrade, is starting with something like the Rode VideoMicro. And the one thing that I really love about this microphone, well, not the one thing, but just one of the many things, is that it's a great vlogging microphone. So if you're out and about, you can vlog with it. You can even podcast with this. But getting back to the ASMR components here is that you can connect this to your smartphone to isolate that sound that you are trying to record. So you're doing talking head or overhead shots, and then you can use something like the Rode VideoMicro to point in that direction to get that sound, to isolate that noise that you're focused on or that your audience is focused on. Now, I will link up, because for Rode, it does come with the microphone and this attachment, this cable that plugs into a DSLR mirrorless camera. However, for smartphones, you actually need a different type of cable, and I will link that up below so that you have what you need if you're plugging it directly into your smartphone. Also, too, if you are out and you want to isolate wind noise, it does come with this windscreen, or dead cat as some refer to it as. And so what you can actually do is put that over the microphone, still point it in that direction to get that noise and isolate that, but also getting rid of, or at least eliminating or rejecting, some of the noise that can be coming in from the side of the microphone, because it is a condenser microphone. And I'll talk a little bit about condenser versus dynamic here. So for those of you that do a lot of the voiceover aspects, like voice noises or those voice sounds, I would recommend, if you are like outside like I am, or you need to isolate or reject a lot of the noise, then a dynamic microphone like this ATR 2100 is a great microphone that you can plug directly into your computer to record yourself and to get that audio track. And again, it's fantastic because the breeze is happening, there's birds chirping, and there's kids in the background playing, and I don't even know if you can hear that. What do you think? So the dynamic microphone does do a lot of rejection, and I have made recommendations of condenser and dynamic microphones in another video. I will link that up. But what I want to tell you is that if you're looking to isolate your voice here, and have a lot of that rejection around the mic in this way, that a dynamic microphone could be the way to go. However, flipping to something like a condenser mic, like this Blue Yeti, this is something that you've probably seen a lot of YouTubers use, a lot of content creators, and this is also a great little microphone. This being the fact that it's a condenser mic, it's going to be a little hotter. It's going to pick up your voice. You don't have to be as close to the microphone to get those voice sounds, and it also doesn't do a lot of rejection as far as rejecting a lot of noise from the side. You can set the polar patterns, and what I do recommend is a cardioid pattern that I've talked about in my videos a lot, and that allows you to do the voice work or getting those sounds around the mic here and rejecting a lot of it at the back of the microphone. Although this microphone is also set up so that you can dial it in to where you can get sound on this side and you can get sound on this side. So if you're working with someone and you want to actually do some kind of voice work with two people and just set the mic up in the middle of the table. Although right now, in the current state of affairs, social distancing, keep your distance, and I would say don't do that just yet. Now, when it comes to really leveling up the game of your audio setup here, I recommend a dedicated audio recorder like the one that I am using right here. Now, the Zoom H6 is a fairly, I would say, a decent investment when it comes to the audio components here. Now, if you're doing voice work just like I'm doing right now, the Zoom H6 might be a little overkill. So I will link up some voice recorders that you could potentially use just for like one-on-one, like it's something that you can even put in your pocket. These are battery operated. You can take them on the go and do a lot of recording that way. But I think, the H6 might be a little bit overkill, but the reason why I use the H6 is because I do video work. I do podcasting with multiple podcasts, guests and hosts. And so it is something that I need multiple channels, but there are handheld recorders that come in at a lower price point and will still offer you what you need when it comes to isolating those noises. So with these handhelds, or at least the Zoom H6, it does come with these modules. And of course we have the XY here, and it just mounts on the top of this handheld recorder. It also comes with something like this microphone as well. Like I said, I'll link everything up below, but this is part of the package that the Zoom H6 has. Now, something that you could also do, and I do really like, is using a shotgun mic to really isolate a lot of the noise coming in that direction. So right in front of the mic. Now, for the H6 or any of the handheld recorders, this is an upgrade. This is something you have to purchase separately. It's quite an investment, but if you are really getting serious about your ASMR and you really want to hone in on some of those noises, I do recommend a shotgun mic, and I do really love this mic. I mean, it fits on the Zoom H6. I'll link that up below as well. And of course, another great thing about the handheld recorder is that I have it hooked up to some headphones. So if I'm doing that audio work, I want to grab that audio work, I can listen to what is going on. I can monitor that audio and I can adjust the levels here up and down so that I don't get a ton of that white noise, but I'm focused in on the audio that I'm trying to grab for my ASMR videos. What questions can I help you with in the comment section below? Hit me up. You know I love having those conversations. Thank you so much for your time and attention on this one today. I hope you are all well. Keep going out there and doing those things that matter. Keep rocking those faces, as I always like to say. And again, I'm going to keep creating content for you here, so stay tuned for that one, and I'll catch you right back here on the next one. And of course, I've especially enjoyed trying to get... Ooh.